like I said, this is no major glitches because, the category was just slightly worse without these,
Welcome.
like, with Mindy Skip, the category was a bit worse because you have to do combat without guitar.
Never fear, good citizens of Bikini Bottom. The manager is here.
Like, when I was first trying to make this category,
Just another day in the life of a manager.
I was kind of, like, struggling. I didn't know what to do for the sliding and driving tokens. I was like,
Slide from manager.
oh, well, shouldn't I be collecting, like, the minimum possible? I mean, well, it was... Because my original idea for the category was SpongeBob tokens and then in quotes only. So it wasn't like getting all of them, it was just beating the game while grabbing every token of SpongeBob. But then obviously that just created like arbitrary issues. And even then it was like, oh, what about the sliding and driving levels? Like SpongeBob's the one driving the paddy wagon, Patrick's helping tilt the tub, so does that technically mean the driving levels are prioritized over sliding levels? And I just didn't know what to do. So I was just like, fuck it, dude, it's just less arbitrary if I just have SpongeBob collect everything that he is capable of collecting. And then I just grab sliding and driving tokens when I'm, like, forced against my will to. Dude, I fucking hate doing this jump without cartwheel, sucks. Bruh. Bruh. Anyway, you ready for this action? We've gone back to the dark ages of, like, early 2013 or some shit. I think Cole did this in, like, one of his runs, or at least, like, he uploaded a demonstration of this. Nice.
Whoa! Take a breath,
I guess I'm gonna buffer that as well. Bruh, holy. I timed it like a Patrick damage animation. That was my problem. Dude, when I tried this the other day, I got it first try. Like, even, like, the button thing. That's why I didn't buffer it, because I got it first try, and I was like, oh, I guess it's easy. So true, SpongeBob. SpongeBob. Victory D's. It would have been faster just then to do a damage buffer across, like, I looked into that, but I forgot about it. Anyway, yeah, you need to do all of this, because, like, even if you get Patrick over here, I mean, you still need SpongeBob to collect the token. And, you know, SpongeBob is physically capable of collecting the token, so that's just what you gotta do. And I believe that, let me just check, yeah. I was just, like, I didn't actually look into if that actually gives Patrick cartwheels, so, yeah, good thing it does. I mean, I figured it would, but yeah.
Just ooze macho.
It's just nice to know that it definitely does. You know what's funny is that, like, fucking, like, no one did that shit of SpongeBob as a kid. It partly explains, like, why it's as difficult of a challenge as it is for kids, because it's like, you wouldn't even supposed to do it as Patrick.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, thank God it doesn't care. 336 depression. To be fair, it wouldn't have been as bad as... I'm wondering, like, how fast... Obviously, it'd be slow as fuck, but I'm wondering, like, how much time do you lose if you get, like, a really good gold? Because, like, I didn't even lose as much as I thought I would, considering... Just, like... I fucked up the cone jump, I fucked up... Creek a couple times. 3K is going to be essentially the same, except I don't need to grab floating block. If I'm on gold pace, I will probably just grab the warp anyway, so I can transfer it to no pole storage, TBH. Or just do it anyway. But it's also just like... Because I looked into before, like, if you're not doing arena skip, like... Or like, if you don't need the warp. Because you're not doing steamed early. Oh, wait, no. Wait, what was it? No, wait, hold on. I was looking into timing steamed early before versus no steamed early, and I found it was faster to just, like, immediately book it to steamed, then grab the floating block warp and do arena skip. It saves, like, a couple seconds over doing floating block it, but, you know, I just didn't want people having to learn arena skip, like, you know, it could be kind of tricky when you're a beginner, so I just, you know, but... Like, even without floating block, I think arena skip... Actually, arena skip is definitely not faster if you don't need the floating block warp. No, I mean, no, it still would be, because... I mean... I don't know. Either way, that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, I've lost so much time anyway, so it's like, who cares? Not a bad sandwich driving. Why did Jamuel message me? Jam is kind of like, that meme of, like, that inactive guy in the group chat when he responds for once or something, you know, that kind of thing. I mean, Jam's not, like, super inactive, but obviously, you know, can go... I don't know, sometimes we'll talk, like, a bunch of days in a row, and sometimes we just won't talk for, like, 5 days.
These just ooze macho.
Dude, come on. Hello, Blood Drive. How you doing today? Thank you for the good luck. It feels good to have those 3K time saves, by the way, like... 3K to me always felt like the easiest platforming level, like, not counting, like, bosses, obviously, but, like, you know, just, like, all stitched together, even then, it just seemed like the easiest not counting no cheese as well, because, obviously, it's very short. And it probably is still the easiest, but, like, I don't know, it's just, like, nice to have something, to have a little more going on. Dude, how do you fuck it up twice in a row? Oh, I didn't even... Oh, because I grabbed the patty on accident. Oh god, I fell off. Hopefully your PC's working. PC issues always stress me the hell out, because, I mean, like... Yeah, sometimes it's, like, easy to figure out what the problem is, but there are times where, like, it really could be, like, basically anything. I'm not gonna go on a 2-hour-long rant about my second PC and, like, all the stuff that happened to it, but it was just, like, a whole bunch of, like, blue screening and, you know, having to system repair it every, like, couple weeks. It was just kind of messed up. Yeah, RAM is... I mean, well, it's incredibly important, obviously, so yeah, I mean, that very well could even be, like, the singular reason, or it could just be a huge contributor to the problem. I do believe the RAM was causing me issues, but now I think it's the motherboard, because I swapped the RAM, and it was temporarily helping, and now it won't even turn on, so I do believe it's the motherboard. It's fucked. And it's like, if you have a fucked motherboard, it's like, what do you even do? You just get a new motherboard, right? But it's like, all the parts are so old that there's no point. It's just like, I think I gotta let that PC just lay to rest, honestly, which sucks because I liked it. RAM stuff isn't even, like, a big deal because you can just, like, get more RAM. That's, like, one of the better problems to have, I feel like. Depending on the situation. I got new RAM for this PC, like, a while ago, and I'm pretty happy with it. It didn't make, like, a huge difference in games, but in editing, I can definitely feel it. My old projects still feel really laggy. I think, for me, it doesn't know it has more RAM to use, but when I make new projects, they're just less laggy. Not only is my RAM, like... I think it's like 600 megahertz faster, but I also have double the amount and it's newer. So I'm pretty happy about that. Like, I think Jam told me, like, what's the point, because, you know, you might as well just get a new motherboard, so then you can get DDR5 RAM instead, but it's like, it was cheap, it was a Black Friday sale, I wasn't really, like... I felt fine with spending the money, because I don't want to build a PC for a few years. I'm so glad I didn't fall for those, like, download RAM things back in the day. I wasn't quite as dumb as that. Oh, here's a big difference in the route. Here's... Obviously, other than Depression has been the same so far, like, this is a big thing.
You have to...
Little guy, big stink. How much of a man do I have to be? Jumping, jumper, jumperoo!
Shit is kinda hard. Like, turning around the tube and stuff a bunch of times, like, and there's so many jumps, dude, it's, like, even harder than 3 meter. But that was pretty good, I would say. I don't know the fastest way of doing this, so let's just make assumptions. I don't think there's any fast way to do this when you have, like, no moves. Alright, so doing that as SpongeBob is, like, 30 seconds slower. Good to know, I guess. I might even, I might get Weenie Stack, I think. Actually, no, I don't think I need to. My manly situation should basically be the exact same as the run I just, you know, the one that fucking crashed. It should be pretty much the same as that, except I got the TNT and BBBH, so I should have more. But then again, I'm doing combat stuff, But I'm also doing BBBH backwards. That actually gives you a lot of manlies. I'm not sure what I should do. I didn't, like, check the manlies. I just kind of hoped I would have enough. Well, I'm not gonna have enough to upgrade spin, I'm pretty sure. Which is, like, really bad. For now, though I'm in combat, that's like, really, really bad. Because then the popper just gets to fucking shoot me the whole time. That's why I figured this would probably be the worst category of the 3 I ran today. One of them I couldn't give a proper showcase to because of Crash, but you could see the way it was going. You do, like, no backtracking from where I was except for, like, a couple things. Like, obviously, I needed to... Oops. I needed to, go back to Cirque. But, like, I was mostly done with the backtracking. I'm trying to think of if there's anything else I needed to update the chat on in my life, but I don't really think so. Ah, for fuck's sake, I didn't mean to go through the oil. If that's the case, then the fastest thing I can do... Never mind, I need to... already do backtracking. I was about to turn around... Like, if you have 1 nitro left, then it's just faster to go back around to the finish line, but... Yeah, I kind of fucked that one up. More sandwich and tub for my troubles. Alright, anyway. I think the straw that broke the camel's back on why I got the, VHS player. I put in 101 Dalmatians, and I tried to, like, eject it. And it just wouldn't, like, I was pulling on it, and it wouldn't, I think tape got stuck inside of the fucking thing, right? And I didn't know what to do. It was barely stuck to it, as in, like, I couldn't see the tape, I couldn't even snip it, it was just fucking, like, and I didn't want to yank on it. So I just put it back in, and then the CRT turned itself off, and now I'm too scared to turn it back on. Why did it turn itself off? Like, what the fuck happened to it that caused it to, like... That caused it to turn off? CRTs are scary, dude. They make, like, high-pitched noises, and all the components inside are really old. And it's just loud and scary. I don't want to turn it on, bro. What if it fucking blows up and kills me? Like, bro, I saw this clip recently. I don't remember what they run. I think it might be, like, Jack and Daxter or something. But, there was a clip of him where his fucking CRT was smoking. Smoke was coming out of it, dude. And then the screen fucking blew up, if I recall correctly. It literally blew up. I think. At the very least, it was fucking smoking. That's scary, dude. Like, if that happened to me, I'd actually be scared as fuck. Old tech scares me. Make one wrong move and it goes kaboom. There are 7 sliding and driving levels in the game, it's just that the token requirements are so high that you need to go back frequently. This was around the time that developers started adding, like, well, it was kind of a thing anyway, but, like, especially in this generation, like, there are, like, obvious examples of it. Artificial difficulty, it's called, where devs will do more to make a game more, like, unfair in some sort of way, to make it so that you have to play it more to beat it, which means that you get more hours out of it. Because, you know, these games, like, they're short, and they're expensive. You know, back in the day, they were really expensive, and, like, you could beat them, you know, without arbitrary difficulty, you can beat a lot of them in a couple hours, so... you know, parents wanted games for the kids that would last. So, you know, so obvious examples of it are, like, in this game, in The Simpsons Hit and Run. In The Simpsons Hit and Run, a lot of missions are just, like, unfair, like, later in the game, like, they're really hard. And in this game, they just have you collect more Goofy Goober tokens. If they didn't care about padding, like... I mean, well, you still gotta have, like, some sort of token requirements, but I feel like they would have, like, loosened it up quite a bit. Yeah, you can beat this game in under 5 hours. I mean, I guess it depends on, like, how experienced you are or whatever, but, like, yeah, I would definitely say, even with the backtracking, the game is short. Like, it comes from, like, the difficulty. Some of the padding in itself is hard, so that can obviously just make things worse. Yeah, I love The Simpsons Hit and Run. It's, I have so much nostalgia for it, but it is also just a good game. You know, obviously, some things didn't, you know, there's a lot of, coin requirements, and you need to, like, grab a bunch of coins, and some missions are really hard, but I still love it, you know. I used to speedrun the game, so I've, like, gotten to the point where I, like, casually, like, I know which, like, what the fastest coin, well, not, like, literally the fastest, but, like, coins that are fast and efficient to grab, so that I'm not, like, spending loads of time just, like, grabbing coins, and I'm not really failing missions. So I'm, like, able to have a really good time with the game, like, it's not frustrating, I can just, you know... And that game as well has a huge modding scene, like, there's a lot of, like, mods you can play that have, like, their own custom content or whatever, like... Yeah, I had to do the same thing years ago. There's so many coin requirements, but, like, in Majin Apu, like, it gets pretty bad. Luckily, exploring those levels is just fun anyway, but... Still, you know, it's like, did they really need Majin Apu to have 2 coin requirements? They could have just had it so every level had 1 requirement. Even that is, like... That would have been fine, honestly. That would have been, like, acceptable. I don't know what they would think. Well, I know what they were thinking. Artificial difficulty, but yeah, it's unfortunate. Which is what they had to do to stretch out the playtime. 100%ing that game casually is... like, unlocking everything without doing that exploit. Takes an actual eternity. Yeah, I've only 100%ed it, like, once, like, without doing the coin respawn exploit. And even then, I enabled cheats. I enabled, like, cheats that would allow me to, like, destroy cars as soon as possible. Like, you just touch them and they instantly explode, you get more coins. I was doing... And even, like, that took an eternity. Though I will give you a little tip, because I'm not sure if you know it, but it helps a lot with coins. So you know how you need to kick boxes and vending machines 3 times, and they explode, and then they just kind of disappear? If you kick them twice, and then reload the level, like, they haven't been destroyed, all of the coins return to the box, like... You can kick them 3 times again. Well, you want to kick them twice. Kick them twice, reload, kick them twice, reload, kick them twice, reload. Just keep going like that. And in Krusty Lou's studio in particular, like, that is, like, a really good place to get coins. You can get lots of coins. Oh, you know of that strat? Alright, cool. Just making sure. Yeah, should definitely replay. Hit and run, very good. There's a mod that connects every map, and, like, you can play some missions, like, in parts of other levels. Like, like, it's actually kind of hard, like, because you, like, don't know, like, where you need to go next exactly. Like, obviously it'll tell you on the map, but, like, you don't know, like, exactly what's gonna happen, and sometimes they extend the length of missions and stuff like that, but it's really good. I really... I've only played the first, like... I got, like, halfway through Bart, but, like, I was really enjoying it. Like, it changes things a bit more than you would expect, but it still feels, like, pretty faithful to the original. It feels like what they would have made if they could merge... I don't know how I golded. I'm gonna have to keep a note of that later. Dude, accidentally breaking boxes is the worst in that game. I've done that so many times. You know what's crazy as well is that, like... Well, yeah, again, like, the most efficient place you can do it, yeah, is Krusty Lou in Bart 2, and, like, even then, like, it still takes, like, 20-something minutes, like, to get enough for everything. So it literally takes, like, over 20 minutes. It's crazy. And that's an exploit, you're not even, like, supposed to do it. It's insane. That is why I just, like, whenever I replay the game, I don't 100% it, it's just, like, it's too much. I did a few years ago, but other than that, I just don't want 100% it ever again. But beating the game, that is very enjoyable. Because again, like, I'm usually not going to fail missions, and, like, I know how to get, like, efficient coins, so I can just kind of, like, maximize the fun in the game. You know, it's really funny. The music is excellent. The models don't look very good, but they have their own kind of, like, charm. It's just, like, the gameplay is repetitive, but it's pretty fun. And I love level 7, just because, like, the theme. It's the best, like, looking level. It looks great, and the music is really good, too. And the bonus races can be pretty fun. I'd recommend trying them out sometime. Like, some of them are, like, pretty basic, but others, like, they'll add, like, an entire level of content. Like, there's a SpongeBob one, and it's 2 levels. So it's like 14 missions. And there are a couple missions that annoyed me, but like it is mostly a pretty positive experience. I really enjoyed playing it. It does just like... It is like just using the Homer and Bart maps, but... Like, it changes, like, every texture, like, there's new vehicles, new missions, like, it changes a lot of stuff. You play as SpongeBob. You raise a good point, Latte. I've literally never thought about it, though. It's just video game stuff, I guess. Dude, it annoys me so bad that now the immense token requirement is 20. Even, like, 18 is, like, a fine-looking number. They could have just made it 18. That's still a lot of tokens. And then they could have made SCDA, like, 22, and that also would have been pretty good. And then, like, make Plank, like, 35, make Knucklehead, like, 40. 18 is an even number. Unless you mean like a nice rounded number, but like I said to Cooper, like it's just not worth like.
Hey, a desert.
Well, I mean, actually, it wasn't really specifically to Cooper. I think, well, I was talking about it with Cooper, but I think I was just saying it in general. It's not worth like making the game like that much more annoying because you want the number on the screen that you only look at once to be nicer, to look nicer. Like, okay, I can understand not wanting to make it like 17. That is actually like a weird looking number, and 16 might be too low, but like that's why you make it 18. You make it 18 tokens. Like, 18 is still, like, a decent-looking number on the screen. $3K should have been 4 tokens, or you just unlock Bash immediately and no choose. Or there was there should be an extra token in Depression, like maybe in the ice cream room. Or you should just be able to get Creek immediately. Any of those. I remember talking about that before when I played Community Cut, but any of those options would have been good. Just like in vanilla. Fuck you, Latte. Are you talking about for your mod?
Did Minnie bother to tell us if the train was still running around here?
All I will say, I guess, because, I mean, you know, it's not like I've played it. I've played your mod, but it is much better to have the requirements be too low than too high. So if you're even, like, slightly worried that they're too high, you might want to decrease them. Or, I mean, you could just get second opinions from people, like playtesters or whatever, but if it's just, like, a one-man job, like, you're the playtester, then, again, if it just feels slightly high, you might want to turn it down a little bit. It is nice, like, you just see, like, random nostalgia posts of this game, just on Twitter and TikTok. And, you know, like, people are just like, oh my god, I remember this game. It is a little unfortunate, though, that, like, half the memories are just talking about, like, the game being really hard and the token requirements being too high. But at the end of the day, like, people still, like, seem, you know, have pretty fond memories of it, and they're just like, you know, they should remake the game, blah, blah, blah. I don't think... I still just not really, like, big on the idea of a remake of this game. Like, they could do it, but I'm just saying, like, I just... You know... Is it just me, or did that shit take longer to fade than normal? I don't know if that's just, like, in my head, but that felt, like, slightly slow to, like, fade in. I felt like it, like, lag spiked or something, but I don't know. I wasn't, like, properly paying attention. Yeah. And if you lower the requirements, then you just don't have a very long game. I mean, Cosmic is quite short. This game would potentially be shorter than Cosmic if you just, like, ease up the difficulty of the challenges and you lower the token requirements. Which is why I feel like a port makes more sense. I think a port is, like, fair. Well, they could also re-release the movie, which they actually did, like, last year, I think. They re-released the movie in 4K. Not in the UK, though. I wanted to buy it. Hello again, Lena. The wiener. Purple 80 fat. I'm sorry, that was mean. Why weren't you eating fish and or chip?
I don't think you like that. Keep doing it.
People in my service said, like, it's not gonna happen, but I could still maybe see it, but either way. I think a port would just make the most sense, because then just modders can just change the fucking token requirements and shit, like, they can do that. And then, like, you know, Purple Lamp doesn't need to bother, like, remaking anything, like, they just need to, like, make it compatible. But, like, I don't even fully trust Purple Lamp to do that, because, like, let's be real, they're going to port the PS2 version, like, they're just going to. Like, they're literally just going to. So... realistically, I don't even want to port, because they'll probably fuck it up.
To get to shop.
Anyway, welcome back. I was saying that, like, if Pippa Lamp were, like, porting it, there was no fucking way they wouldn't use the PS2 version. Oh yeah, how's it going as well, Medla, I think I forgot to say earlier. It's crazy that that game's even a remaster, because it looks like a remake, just how, like, upgraded it looks, but... It's because it's using, like, most of the same code, right? Is that the reason why it's a remaster? They just, like, upscaled... Well, they replaced, like, every texture, I think. But it's otherwise, like, pretty much the same, right? I think? What about the PS2 version is an absolute deal breaker? The built-in drift. And low-quality sound effects and some low-quality textures.
Well, that was different.
Thank you, Lena. I was thinking about buying Tetris. Like, some players do actually use the PAL version, because obviously it's just, it's a high-score game, so it just makes it easier, but it's expensive. I bought it because why did I buy it? Oh yeah, it's region-free, so I thought it would play NTSC games, you know, at 60 Hz. It plays them at 50. I basically bought an NES for no goddamn reason. I mean, it looks cool. I love how the NES looks. But, like, I basically spent a bunch of money on a fucking thing I don't want to use because it doesn't do the thing I thought it would do. I don't even understand, like, how the PAL version of Super Mario Bros. Is slow, because, like, I booted it up and, like, it feels, like, sped up, even compared to the NTSC version. Like, the music's fast as fuck and everything. I don't understand how it's... I don't understand how it's fucking slower, but apparently it is. Hello, Kurt, these nuts. How are you doing on this fine Saturday? Do you think they care enough to fix those? I don't know, honestly.
When Mindy said D, she wasn't kidding.
Dude, I really like how the NTSC SNES looks. The PAL one just uses the fucking Japanese one. It looks so comparatively lame. The American one looks like it's got like a style to it, you know? It's like, it's got like some attitude. It looks cooler. Even, I have my SNES Classic. Is it plugged in? I can't really show you it, it's plugged in, but I have my SNES Classic just like on the desk. I never use it, but, you know. And it's just the fucking PAL one, and I want the NTSC one. It looks so much cooler. Makes me depressed. Dude, I thought I upgraded Bash. I was about to actually cry on stream for 20 minutes. But yeah, like, I was thinking of getting into, like, Super Mario Bros. And stuff, but it's like, I bought a region-modded, and I have an original NTSC copy of the game, which I got in, very lucky. It was just in a fucking, caches, like, the American version. And you might be like, oh, well, it's probably a fake, but, like, no, I looked up a video on, like, how to tell if it's a fake, and, like, it doesn't tick any of those boxes. It doesn't tick a single one. Even the label, like, looks a bit worn, but, like, not in, like, a... Oh, this is, like, a shitty print job. It looks like it's been used for years. Like, the pins look legit, like, all the... You know, the font looks correct, it's got, like, the trademark on the Nintendo thing, like... It ticks every single box for, like, being authentic. I think I just happened to find an American copy of the game in a fucking caches, which is insane. That's insanely lucky. But I don't have a fucking NTSC NES. I can't run Super Mario Bros. Like, I know you can use emulator, but, like, I didn't want to use fucking emulator, bro. I wanted to use the good stuff. Authentic hardware. I actually was interested in learning the goddamn game. Welsh Kirby. There is no such thing. There were, like, almost 0 games made that have, like, a Welsh, like, double sub. Like, I can just say that without even looking it up, because, like, there's literally, like, no way I'm wrong. It's, like, the number has to be, like... It's probably not even double digits. Like, honestly. We have Kirby, he's just in fucking English. Yeah, okay, I will say the PAL and Japanese SNES controllers look nicer, but, like, the actual... You don't really look at that, like... I look at the console more than I look at the controller. Because obviously, like, the controller's actually a pretty good design, you just don't really, like, look at it when you use it, you just kind of use it. I don't like the NES controllers, they're too fucking, like, rectangular and small. I like that they're cheap, though. Like, obviously they would be cheap, but, like, it's just nice that they're cheap. Did you know that NES controllers are region-locked? Did you fucking know that? They're literally region-locked. I didn't even know that was, like, possible, but they're region-locked. My one isn't region-locked, because it got region-unlocked, but yeah. Like, how do you even do that? I don't trust that. I don't remember who founded Latte, but it wasn't, like... somebody who, like... I mean, it might have been Vaz, but if it wasn't, then... I forgot about fucking Bungie. I forgot about it again! That's so sad, Lena. He might have been. Are you ever planning on going back to Wales, Lena, or are you just, like, done with Wales? The problem with Wales. You collect as many tokens as SpongeBob is able to collect. Which, speaking of, probably the most different split coming up. Am I your Welsh friend, Lena? I love being Welsh. Thank you. I feel, like, so not Welsh, it's weird. Because, like, there's no accent.
Stop throwing things at me. Well, I knew TV was bad for you, but I didn't know it was this.
It's inevitable that you have to pick up some tokens as Patrick just to end the levels, but other than those, yeah, pretty much. I had to do Creak and Bounce as SpongeBob. And I can't do any of the floating blocks.
It's kind of hypnotic.
Yeah, that should work. Anyway, you ready for some fucked shit in a sec? That is the worst angle I've seen in my existence. I don't think anything could have been done about that. Fucking hell. Dude, holy shit, this RNG is so bad. Fuck. Welcome back. I think I gotta hit this one out of the way. That's like the only thing I can think to do. What the fuck are you doing? Okay, dude, I went over this, like, yesterday or the day before, and, like, there was one time where I got a second try, but every other time I got a first try. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I'm feeling like more of a man already.
That was the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life. Let me make sure I actually picked up the fucking token. Okay, yeah, I did. Now, why am I doing SpongeBob now? Well, see, here's the thing, right? You don't get the fucking guitar warp just by going there. So I need to go back to guitar. How else am I gonna do that, right? So I couldn't think of anything else I could do. Because the only other shit I could do earlier to compensate for the lack of tokens is to do a combat earlier. And obviously that's not ideal, so this is the only thing I could think to do.
No barnacles.
So yeah, I timed it to lose like 30 seconds or something. Oh, you could also do Plank SpongeBob early, but that shit loses like 40, so that's not faster than this. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but I can't think of anything else to do. Maybe you could just go to Area 2, because you get the 3-meter warp, and then later in the run, like, you warp back to 3-meter, go through the door. Maybe that could be worth it, but I don't know, that would be really slow as well. So I'm not feeling that either. That might just be, like, around the same speed or slower. Dunno, but yeah. Stupid. Had to do all that.
I was starting to...
Windows 11 does not look good. And you could say, use Linux, people, use Linux. First of all, I don't want to have to, like... There's just some basic shit that you literally just can't fucking do, like, super easily in Linux. And second, like, I use some, like, drivers and stuff, like, some software that just doesn't exist in Linux. Or you have to use, like, you know that shit that, like, transfers, like I don't know how to explain it, but it kind of, like, converts it to be, like, readable by Linux, but obviously that's, like, not perfect. Like, recently, Chatter tried to... I mean, he is switching to Linux, but, the LGP Lite drivers they don't work on Linux. And I used to have that capture card, like, LiveSplit doesn't work properly on Linux. LiveSplit. Like...
People sure have been throwing out a lot of TVs lately.
Also, one time, I don't remember exactly what it was, but I tried to look up, like, how to do, like, some resolution stuff. And the tutorial on how to do that in Linux was literally, like... Like, no meme, it was literally, like, 15 minutes long, and he opened up commands. I'm not even fucking with you, like, literally just to do, like, resolution stuff. Or, like, display stuff. I don't remember exactly what I was doing, but it was something that I know Windows would have been able to do super easily. Like, that is just fucking sad. That is actually depressing. He was using fucking commands and shit. I was just like, dude... Not for me. Not for me. It is probably good for you to just, like... used Linux, I mean, obviously it's not bloated, and you have, like, pretty much full control over what you do. And Microsoft then, just completely fucking spying on you, but I feel like it's hard to blame people for wanting to use Windows, considering, like, outside of the bloat, it is incredibly easy to use. And if your PC is good, then even the bloat might not be, like, a huge issue for you. I mean, obviously, it'd still be ideal for it to, you know... And even then, like, there's, like, bloatware removal tools, like, you still... I mean, it doesn't fully fix the problem. Linux is still, like, superior in that regard. And even then, all the bloat, like, every time you do an update, like, Windows just reinstalls all the fucking bloat anyway. But again, it's just, like, there are kind of, like, substitutes. I sure hope Microsoft doesn't see my folder name Definitely Not Boobies. Definitely not Anime Girl Boobies. They would never open that folder. Clueless. What's up, iPod? Just a bunch of apps and shit you don't need. It keeps like, dude, if you try to get rid of Edge, like, they don't like that. But it's just, like, other random shit as well that you really, like, don't need. It's hard to remember, like, a lot of it off the top of my head, but those tools just kind of, like, detect them and remove them. I mean, a lot of companies just get, like, slaps on the wrist. For, like, breaking the law. So... like, what happens if they break the law? They get fined, okay, like... They're probably just gonna benefit more from that data. Like, regardless. Like, overall, it'll probably be a positive for them. Anyway, this fucking category has Weenie 2. You guys excited? For the record, Sunday 2 is faster, but you need to get all the shit, like, first try, so... Well, you can skip, like, one Sunday jump, but I didn't want to fucking deal with that. Like, I really didn't. But it would save, like... Well, if you skip a Sunday jump, it would, like... save, like, nothing, so... It's like, bruh. I don't really, like, when it comes to browser, like, I'm probably just never gonna switch off Chrome, honestly, like, I just don't care. I know it's, like, I know Chrome is, like, the world's biggest RAM hog, but, like, I didn't like how the tabs looked on Firefox. It probably sounds like a weird thing to say, but, like, they just, like, they were really, like, big and rectangular. Like, I didn't like how they looked. The only way I will switch off of Chrome is if they remove, like, all ad blockers, like, if you just can't use an ad blocker at all. Then I will absolutely switch. I would do anything for a fucking ad blocker, but, you know. My keyboard is red. I mean, there's a bunch of colors you can pick, but yeah. I really respect that the Steam Deck uses Linux. It kind of, like, gets people interested in... Because otherwise I wouldn't have ever touched Linux, probably. I mean, I don't know about ever, but I wouldn't have by now, easily, like... It is really, you know, especially because you need it to perform as well as it can, and now it's encouraging devs to, like, optimize games for Linux. Definitely, like... Valve, I really respect them for doing that. However, it still pisses me off, like, just in general Linux does. 15-minute fucking tutorial on how to, like, do shit with, like, display. I was like, bruh. At the end of the day, I really don't think it's the crime of the century if somebody wants to use Windows. And I don't think it's a crime of the century if they want to use Windows 10 over 11, given that 11 is not good. They just, like, they just hide all of the important settings and shit. It's just, like, it's just harder to access everything. Like, I don't want to fucking deal with that. They've continued the tradition of every other Windows version being fucking terrible. Dude, Windows 7 was, like, so goated, though. Windows 7 was good. I miss Windows 7. Nova be like, oh, this isn't the average person's opinion. Time to claim that opinion. JK. I need to collect as many tokens as possible that SpongeBob is capable of collecting.
Only Goofy Goo.
But it's also no major glitches, so I still need to get some sliding and driving stuff. I mean, I would need to anyway, but if this were a no-pause storage version, I could skip Guess Ring and Macho, but, like, there's no real point. Actually, no, I think it would skip Guess Macho and Weenie too. Would it? I don't know. Anyway. But, yeah, that's not really, like, worth it. Hello, Blue, thank you for the good luck. I'm cooking up the worst categories of all time, because it'd be funny. Maybe I should do this again next week, but just with, like, some other categories, but I already, like... I mean, I didn't get to finish one of them, the game crashed. All sliding and driving tokens, that's such a stupid idea, it's kind of funny. I should think of more random shit, though, this sucks. My first experience with a PC, I think, was down my Nan's house. She had some, like, I didn't even know what Windows version it was, dude, it was so long ago, but that shit... It was my Nan, she's cheap as fuck. I bet she bought that PC for like 2p. Like, no matter what operating system that thing used, it was always gonna be terrible, but I got fond memories of it. That was my only internet access for a long time, so... I used to look up, like, back in the day, like, you remember when you had to watch, like, South Park episodes or whatever? Like, you had to watch, like, part 1 of 12, and it'd be, like, 2 minutes long and, like, fucking 240p, bro. Those were the days. We were living it up, and, it would freeze all the time, because internet fucking sucked. And the PC was bad. It's just literally just, like... Those memories are only fond memories because... Well, obviously, because they were so... Like, if I had internet like that now and a PC like that now, I'd shoot myself, dude. I remember, like, I used to play Minecraft in 20 FPS. I used to have, like, all of the settings, like, as low as they could possibly go, with Optifine. Like, I would sometimes even use, like, 8x8 texture packs, and it'd still be running at, like, 8 FPS. I mean, not 8, it's, like, 20 FPS. It was so bad, but, like, obviously, like, the memories I have of that can't really replace them. Also, I'm gonna die in a second if I'm not careful. Printer? I don't have a printer. I never need one. What version of Minecraft was this? I was on that PC for a while, so it's hard to say, but like 1.2 to like... 1.2 to maybe 1.5? You know how long ago 1.5 was? I think that was the Redstone update. I think that was like command blocks and shit, if I'm remembering correctly. And 1.6 added like horses, I think. God damn, were those the days. Those are some awesome maneuvering skills just then, bro. This Sunday sucks, but that's fine. It's probably gonna be like a 403 or 404. That's crazy, Curtis, because you could probably still be called an oldie compared to, like, how much content the game has now, but, like... Yeah. Dude, I'm not gonna get sub 1! Even though that would be really easy if I just ran this back, but... No!
This is
I don't think I ever, like, printed anything. I mean, down my nans I did. Actually, that's not... No, hold on, I think I... When I was younger, I did buy, like, SpongeBob Lego sets. I think we would either, like, throw out the instruction booklets, or I would buy them used, so maybe they didn't come with them. So we had to, like, find them online and then print them. We would, like... And I think... I remember doing some of those down my nans, but I might have done some of those with, like, our printer, maybe. But it's hard to remember. 1.7? Dude. There's this Minecraft survival map I go back to every few years called Ant Farm Survival. The last working version of it before it breaks is 1.7.10. So, like, I actually do sometimes still play on 1.7, but... That's just kind of crazy that it's, like... Like, I remember that version very fondly because of that, but... Like, I just think... Because 1.7 felt so new at the time, dude. It felt so, like... I mean, obviously at the time, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just as crazy just how much stuff has been added to the game since then, and how much stuff is going to be added. I mean, that fucking, like, happy gas thing, that's pretty cool. I like it. But it's, like, that's, like, new. That's brand new. And, like, how many years did we go without it? It's just weird, because eventually even that edition will be, like, 5-10 years old, and we'll be like, oh, do you guys remember when they added those fucking friendly ghasts that you can ride? It's, like... We are marching to our fucking graves, and I don't like it. The last version I played was 1.16, so I'm definitely, like... I mean, I know some stuff that got added. Those, like, new dungeons that have, like, a bunch of spawners and shit, like, they look really cool. They actually look like really good content. I want to try those out, and I know they changed mine shafts a bit. They have like chains, like they have like bridges connecting ravines and stuff, and they got like the chains. They look really cool. I mean, I've gotten used to the combat update, but I'm still not a big fan of it. I got really good at the old PvP. Like, basically, like, the TLDR is that I was on this faction server when I was a kid, or, like, a very young teenager. And, a mod abused their powers, like, took over our entire fucking base. Yeah. They really did abuse mod powers. Fucking voice crack powers, by the way. I'm still, like, 1% salty about that, because they absolutely did. Anyway, hold on, I gotta do guest jumps. But, like, he had, like, PvP, like, he had, like, videos on YouTube, and he had, like, PvP montages, and I was like, I want to beat this, because, like, he beat me in a PvP match, that's how he claimed the base in the first place, and I was like, dude, I want to get so good at this game that I beat this guy. And I got so good at the game, like, I would just grind it all fucking day, every day. It was on a kit server, but, like, that was still enough. And just in those games, dude, I was just getting, like, insane KD ratios. I never learned, like, pop PvP or soup PvP, but just, like, generic, like, PvP, like, kit PvP stuff. I genuinely was, like, unironically really good. A lot of strafing and stuff, I would, like... And I was really good with the bow. It sucks I lost my bow skills, like... Whenever I play, Bed Wars, and I get a bow, I just can't fucking aim anymore. I used to just hit all the shots, dude, I was so good. Especially because, on that kit server, there was an archer class that had the bow, and like 2 stacks of arrows, I think. And if you shot somebody from far away enough in the head, they would just insta-kill. They would just get headshots, so I got really fucking good at headshots. There was one time where I got over 100 kills, it was insane. I literally had like 5 deaths and dude, there was one time where somebody knocked me into the void, and when I couldn't see anything, I just took a shot in the dark with my bow and I fucking headshot somebody and killed them. It was the most insane shit, dude. I was insane. I was so insane at the game. And then the PvP update happened, and then I just kind of like lost some interest in the game, and now I'm just like mid at PvP. Like, even those servers that still have like the old PvP, I just can't do it like I used to. I was so good, man. It kind of reminds me of Mario Kart DS, dude. I was so fucking good at Mario Kart DS. I was literally like 9, and I was getting these like actually insane times that I can't beat to this day. Like, maybe if I grinded for like a few weeks, maybe I could get the skill back and beat them, but like, I'm talking like actually like genuinely pretty good times on some of those, on like Luigi's Mansion and Sky Garden and stuff, and Airship Fortress and Baby Park, and like, I can't, like, even years later, I would try and pick the game back up, and I could not beat those times, and I was unironically, like, 9 years old. I was so good! I don't know how I did it. I don't like strafing in Mario Kart DS, it kind of, like, gives me blisters after a while, it's, like, really tiring. I forgot about that iPod, I completely forgot. I just like doing, I mean, I still like doing PvP, but now I just like, you know, survival, just building stuff I've never built before, as long as it's not, like, a huge headache. I would like a Lights Camera Pants remake / remaster, because, like, they could literally just, like, add multiplayer support, and then suddenly, like, the game is selling, like, incredibly well, like, everybody wants it. They would be a little late to the party, no pun intended, hold on. Lights, cause, I think it would've made sense to remake Lights Camera Pants, like... It would've made sense to remake it back when the most recent Mario Party game was, like, not beloved. Like, it didn't have online and everything. Like, now it has online, it got updated, like, for some reason before. Like, there's a couple sequels since then, but apparently they're really good. So that would've been the perfect time to, because then there's, like, a gap in the market for, like, a pretty just solid, like, cheap party game. But yeah, if they just, like, remake it and sell it for, like, $30 and it has, like, online support, like... I think a lot of people would play it. Hello, Flame, how's it going? I don't actually have that much experience with, Double Dash. Like, I respect Double Dash a lot, but, like, I didn't have it when I was a kid, so I first played it when I was, like, in my late teens or something like that. I forgot to cancel the thing. Alright, let's see, what do I do here? Dude. Dude. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, I remember what I'm supposed to do. Maybe. I never expected them to, like, that GameCube online expansion thing, like, the fact that fucking Pokemon XD is on there is, like, actually insane. Dude. Bruh. Yeah, there was a lawsuit about that. I think they had to offer, like, gloves or something. Anyway, you have to do all this because you're just one token short for being able to lag clip it. Which is really annoying. I've never played a Tony Hawk game, TBH. Ain't no way you just said Hawk to her. I will smite you down.
Come out, wherever you are.
I don't know what Game Freak are thinking, because it is literally just, like, free money button. Like, it really is. I don't think we're gonna get an Odyssey sequel because... Well, realistically, I feel like it would have already come out. Like, they could have just reused all the same assets, like, have a few new ones, but, like, generally, like, I feel like it would have already come out. I feel like they're gonna make, like, a huge...
I forget.
Ah, I wasn't supposed to warp to that one. Oh, wait, no, I was. I was supposed to warp to it. I was thinking of the wrong category.
Blasting buckets off heads everywhere.
But anyway, I still firmly believe that the next Mario games, like the next 3D Mario game is going to be like this huge experience. I'm talking like fully open world and everything is going to be like the most insane thing. I mean, I expected it to release this year, but it might not. The fact that it hasn't even, its existence hasn't been announced is probably not going to be this year, unfortunately, but... I still fully expect that, and probably either next year or the year after. They can't wait too long. Like, you know, they gotta give people, like, a huge incentive to get the Switch to. And Mario Kart is that incentive, but, like, I'm talking, like, you need more than that. I don't know if it would decrease it, because... At the end of the day, there are still some people who, like, really want the cartridges like me. It could theoretically increase it, I feel like, just because... I mean... I don't know. Probably not increase, actually. It might decrease it a bit, I don't know. They've gone up so much, dude. I remember before, I convinced Jam to buy a copy of Pokemon Leaf Green. He was like, oh, what if the prices go down? What if the prices go down? You know how much he bought it for? He got it for, like... I don't remember exactly, but it was, like, 35-ish pound. Leaf Green goes for, like, 70 now. And that was back in, like, 2021, I think, or 2020. Like, it wasn't that long ago, and it's doubled in price. And he was worried it was gonna decrease in price. That's never happening, bro. Hot Gold and Soul Silver, like, slowly increase every, like, couple months, so does Black and White 2. Like... It's insane, because, like, the fact that there were basically two versions of the same game and they're still, like, that expensive, and they sold so well back in the day, and some people are just desperate to sell their collection because they need money, just all of that, all those reasons. And it's still just, like, it's still so expensive. I will say that, well, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, I feel like are different enough from Red, Blue, and Yellow to Fire Red and Leaf Green. I don't I don't know, I feel like they could just really easily just release this, like, Gen 3 collection for $60. It's just, you know, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Like, and then maybe if you get a day one, you get, like, a Deoxys or something, and then... Like, they sell it for 60, everybody complains, but they buy it anyway. Yeah. Like, I don't know, I just feel like that'd be easy. And if they haven't done it yet, I don't see them ever doing it, but oh well. Like, I have the cartridges, I'm not gonna cry myself to sleep, but, you know, still kinda sucks. BDSP sold incredibly well. At least, like, relative to how much effort was put into it. How do I set this up again? I think I know how to set this up, the guitar storage. It's been a while, but... I don't think I'm gonna get enough to upgrade Spin. That's really bad. I don't know, I just assumed... Well, I didn't assume, I was just kinda like... But I'm like, close enough to where I kind of... I'm wondering if... It might be worth it to, unironically, to, like... warp somewhere and get Manleys. I don't know. Because I'm not that low. If I just get the SCDA stack again, I'll have enough. And that's a lot of initial time loss, but it's for 2 combats to speed them up a lot, so it might be worth it. I think ZA will be good. It looks good. It's $80 damn, but I mean, it looks good. Sword and Shield are getting, like, an update. It says, like, performance improvements and resolution, and I believe there's also going to be more Pokemon that spawn in at once. If they're even increasing the spawn rate of the Pokemon, I feel like that implies confidence in the product. It's making me wonder if it's going to hit 60, but I feel like... I don't know. A free update where its resolution has been increased, and it hits 60, and the entity amount is increased. Like, I don't know. That's like a bit of wishful thinking. I'm wondering if it's just locked at 30. It might literally just be locked at 30. Like, it's possible that it could, like, hit 40. But then they were like, okay, well, we don't want to lock it to 40, and with this amount of leeway, we can, like, increase the entity count. That's my prediction. I think it's just gonna be, like, a solid 30, because the game, like, hardly ever touches that anyway. That's probably what they're gonna do. Latte, you're such a meanie, bro. No worries, Frog. Thank you. Thank you for sticking around today. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and thank you for the good luck. I was supposed to upgrade during the guitar challenge, wasn't I? Actually, no. Don't I upgrade here? Or did I forget to update that in all tokens? I don't remember, dude. I really don't remember. I thought I upgraded here. I feel like I do. Name a game worth 80. Unironically, the amount of time I put in Minecraft, I've easily gotten $80 worth out of it. Let alone the original, like... I don't know how much I paid, probably like $25. I don't know how much it is now, but I think it might be a little more than it used to be. But obviously Minecraft's a bit weird because you know, it's an indie game. A lot of indie games you can get more value out of than how much they cost. Bath time with Chris.
Nothing like a little man type
Give
stuff.
this iPie a true. That's the wrong way. Wow, I'm further away from this than I thought. How many manlies do I get? Oh my god, I do not get enough.
Tough to crack, but so sweet.
Oh, I do get enough. Well, now I do, but... Oh, I didn't get the combat warp. That's, I forgot to get... That's why I... That's what happened. The reason why I fake golded is because I forgot to get the combat warp, because normally that's an all tokens exclusive thing to have to, like, go out of your way to get it. Well, that sucks. I literally just, like, forgot. How's it going, Dolce?
Nothing like a little man type stuff. Roll with it, I always say.
I do think people have some, like, wild takes, like, I've seen people, like, just say kind of, like, low-key deranged stuff, like, no game is even worth, like, $40, which is just kind of like, what is wrong with you, but... I will say that I generally don't think games are worth 80. I should probably have a separate split just for combat, because it's the exact same as Hundo, and I have a split for that. But I don't want 3 splits in this level. I might do it, though, I don't know. Alright, then now this is just gonna be the exact same as normal.
Green bikini bottom, one hapless soul at a time.
So I won't be able to look at the screen, like, as much for a sec, but...
Man type stuff.
Ah, bruh.
Upsy daisy.
Yeah, for collecting the extras, you don't get anything special, but for collecting the tokens, you get a special cutscene. You do have to, like, beat Neptune. Like, you have to, like, yeah, beat Neptune, though, to, like, see it. There's no way to, like, see it after the fact unless you beat Neptune. I'm pretty sure... I think they confirmed us getting Megas, but I haven't been queuing up with this, so I might be wrong, but... I don't know, I mean, it's pretty hard for them to pass up on just making a more powerful Switch when everybody, like, loves the hybrid. I mean, I don't even use the Switch 1 handheld anymore, I always use it as a home console, but... Oh, fuck, I forgot to... Dude, I completely missed with that.
Green bikini bottom, one hapless soul at a time.
Okay, it worked out. Apparently you can back that up.
These just ooze macho.
Why am I forgetting stuff so bad? Like, this is literally just Hundo. Like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Super fun, saving the day.
I guess it's because I've been doing generally non-Hundo stuff, like, around the split. Alright, that was not very good, but whatever. very long BBBH split, and I gotta go to Nether Men as well now, but other than no mag, it'll be this exact same that I'm used to. Well, the console, like, is powerful. I mean, I never got the combat warp. I never got the combat warp. I did not get the combat warp. Like, do you remember what I said before, where it's like, even if you do something in a new category the same way that you would do it in other categories, like, you're most likely gonna, like, do it worse just because it's a new category? Yeah. Why did I go around instead of... whatever. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, bro. What's up, Wilcon? Indeed. I was running all sliding and driving tokens and the game crashed, so, you know. But, other than that, yeah, you know. It's like every game except for like a few, because like, I think like Labo stuff. I don't know. Fuck, dude. Dude, I can't remember where to stand. I don't remember where to stand. I think I'm in the right spot. Yeah, I am. Like, barely. Dude, what the fuck am I doing? The whole fucking thing is fucked. Dude, no way. Dude, I didn't mean to kill him. Oh, wait, no. No, I think it's fine. I think that guy was spawned in anyway. Dude, I had already okay. I didn't know I'd already damaged him. Now I'm losing time for centuries, bro. See, like, this is what I mean, like, I've been doing these, like, obviously, on stream, I would do those occasional, like, 100 DRS runs with no practice, like, I wouldn't be, like, I was never fucking this up. I'm only fucking it up because I've never played the category before, even though the content itself is the same. It's just, like, it fucks your brain. If you're just doing this in a different, like, setting than normal, I guess. God, I fucked up. Backwards compatibility. Yeah, I feel like... I mean, sometimes you weren't getting good backwards compatibility anyway, but... like, when it came to, like, cartridges and stuff, but when it came to, you know, like, the Wii was fully backwards compatible... It was kinda Sony that... fucked us. I mean, they didn't fuck us at first, and then they were like, dude, this shit costs too much money, we're gonna have to, like... We're gonna have to make a cheaper model, like, we just can't do this anymore, bro. So, at least for Sony, and then they don't have any backwards compatibility with PS3 games because I think they were, like, really hard to develop for or something, so they just don't even want to touch it. It's quite a shame. I mean, to be fair, like, they ported, like, every good PS3 game to the PS4 anyway. I mean, probably not literally all of them, but you know. But it's still just, like, unfortunate. Anyway, if I were to run this again, I would do an extra grind in SCDA. I would have had enough then. For guitar, that upgraded spin. I think Microsoft and Sony would technically be the only ones able to do that, because all of the consoles use disc. That would never happen, but, like, that would be insane. That would be, like, incredible. But those two, they are the ones, I mean, obviously Nintendo's pushing for it now, but, like, those two, like, started it. Like, this digital age. You won't even have a disc to put in the console to play, to enable backwards compatibility, because it won't have a disc reader. Like... You know what the crazy thing is as well? When one of them finally pulls the trigger, and they finally, on the main console, like there's no alternative, like the main console just doesn't have a disc reader, they're probably just gonna charge the same price they always do. Like they're not even gonna factor that there's no disc reader, they're probably just gonna charge normal price, like literally who's gonna stop them? Depressing. Might be actually not. It's not too low. It'd be completely fine. I haven't seen this clip in a while. I like the Sponge Glide clip, but I don't mind that one either. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, why did I do... it's because of the tutorial. I meant to do the jump around, but the tutorial happened. Nintendo memes that will make you the coolest friend in the group chat. This does not Mama the Mia. Anyway, what's up, Peppa? The fact that I almost golded and I accidentally did something that fucking loses time, and I spun unnecessarily when I landed on the ground, like, I could definitely be that gold, like, easy peasy. Like, it wouldn't be hard. Like, that's a gold from, like, NMG and old tokens. Like, I could pretty easily... Actually, no, it's not from NMG, but I can easily beat it in old tokens. Because in NMG, I don't have upgraded guitar at that point, so it's, like, free time save. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah, there's like hardly any KFC memes, so it's kind of funny. I fucking love KFC, bruv. People probably think I go to KFC like every week when it's literally just like a few times a year. I mean, if we're also including Popeyes, then okay, yeah, sure, like... But not, even then, it's nowhere near every week. Like... When Jam's here, we usually eat a KFC once and twice and Popeyes once. So that's like 3 times on average per visit, and he visits like 4 times a year, which means that I eat at a fast food chicken restaurant like 12 times a year-ish. Give or take a couple, but like generally I'd say 12 is a pretty good average. That's once a month, like that's not that bad, like to have it, like an equivalent of once a month, right? I feel like that's not that bad. Some people have it like twice a week or whatever, and they're still skinny as hell. Don't know how they manage it, but you know. We don't have canes. I mean, We have, like, Slim Chickens, which looks kind of similar to Cane's. Like, I've seen, like, pictures of the food. It kind of looks a bit like that. But, like, it's not, like, the exact same. I don't think. They're opening a new chicken place, I think, again in Cardiff, maybe? I heard something. I missed him by a fucking pixel! Bro. I was practically, like, right there, bro. Just give me it. I was literally, like... I was... God damn. KFC, like, definitely still has a place here, because, like, it's the cheapest one, and, like, the way the chicken tastes is just kind of different from how the others taste here. It's just, like, a little different, but yeah, it's, like, it's the cheapest one, so. And, obviously, there's just so many KFCs, like, it's just way more accessible. Dude, Jam gave me, like, his tier list. Well, he just had it in, like, a list. It wasn't a tier list, but he had, like, a list. And goddamn, did it make me depressed, dude. Like, he never complains about Taco Bell. He literally never complains about it. But he had it, like, third to last, and I've never heard him give it a criticism. He puts Slim Chickens above it, which was really weird, because he always bitches about Slim Chickens. He's always, like... Because it is expensive. It is actually, like, really expensive for some reason. Like... If you get, like, the equivalent amount of food in Popeyes, it's like, 8 quid cheaper for some reason, but... Maybe not 8, it's probably, like, 6. But, like... Yeah, I don't know, he just always complains about it, but he ranked it higher than Taco Bell for some reason. I crave KFC because I'm fat. Never been drunk. I know I'm doing British people a disservice by not being drunk every day, but... Dude, I want to try Chick-fil-A, like, so bad. But it's only in, like, it's only in a few locations in fucking... Oh, wait, no. I was mixing it up with... Actually, yeah, no, okay. I think there are Chick-fil-A's, but I think they're just, like, in London and shit. Like, they're not in Wales. You fuck. Holy... They were gonna open here, but people protested because back then they were, like, funding to, like, anti-LGBT, yeah, well, yeah, they were funding, like, anti-LGBT shit, so, when they try to open here, we basically said, go fuck yourself. But, like, I think they stopped doing it, and now, like, they're gonna open. They plan to open 5 locations in Wales by the end of the year. Not in Wales, in the UK, but I don't know if any of those locations... I mean, even if they do open one in Wales, it basically has to be Cardiff, that's the thing. And, like, there's already quite a few chicken places, I don't know. I think it's just because it was, like, a hot topic at the time, you know? Like, it was... People had, like, only just realized it at the time, I feel like.